Hey, One Pride! Happy Victory Monday to us, man. 8-1 on the season. And it feels pretty damn good to wake up, and have a victory on Monday with Victory Monday. First things first, I want to say Happy Veterans Day to all the troops who protect and serve this country very, very well. Thank you for your services, and thank you for, everything you've done for our country, the communities around this great country. And just thank you. We thank you for making America great. I'm talking to you, troops. Thank you. So I definitely want to say thank you to my mom, who, served this country. I want to thank my brother for serving this country. I want to thank my biological grandfather. I found out, 2 days ago. I want to thank him for his service to this country. I want to thank everyone that, fought wars and, bled for this country, cried for this country, tried for this country. I want to thank you for everything that you do, because it means a lot to me to be a military kid, and it means a lot to every military kid that we're proud of you, and keep on going, keep on fighting, keep on making USA proud. Last night's game was scrappy, gritty. Like I said last night, it's us versus them. And, when your name is called, fuck that. When your number's called and your back is against the wall, how do you respond? How do you respond? How do you, say to yourself, hey, let's go out there and turn things around. Let's turn the momentum in our favor. Let's do something, big. Let's do something that's never been done before since 1970. Let's, change the outcome of a bad first half, a bad from worse half to a good, but a gooder, second half for this team. Let's change that around for us. And we talked about, crashing the boards with basketball logic, right? We talked about crashing the boards. Just like you crash the boards, you got to crash the pocket. You got to get to the quarterback. And we got 4 sacks in this game last night. Great job from our defensive line. And, great job for, Zadarius Smith coaching up the guys on the sideline and telling them some tricks of the trade to get to the quarterback. Don't be one-dimensional when you're trying to crash the pocket and get to the quarterback. If you're one-dimensional, you're going to get beat. You're going to get stopped. Hats off to these guys. Defensive line, hats off to you. Great job, you guys. You guys held us up. You guys held us up, and you got some stops. You got some stops, the important stops in this game, and held the Texans to the 3. You didn't want to, let the Texans get 6, because if you let the Texans get 6, it's going to be a long game. So with us being a good red zone defense, we stopped them and, got 3 and outs on every single stop at that red zone and got 3. That was important for us to do. And, we made sure that defense wins the game, and defense makes, a hell of a progress, 100%, and defense wins championships. In order to win championships, you got to buckle down and play lockdown defense. You got to do that. You got to play smash mouth football. You got to, do everything that you can from, push to shove to get it done, and it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And we finished pretty well in this game. And, the offense was like having an off night. They had a cold game. Jared Goff had a cold game, man. Like 15 for 30, 240 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, career high. He had a cold game. He didn't have a hot game, because every single game he had this season was just incredibly hot. But this game against the Houston Texans, it was not hot for him. And, you know, there was times where he tried to get strides, the Laporta, St. Brown, J-Mo. He had J-Mo on a couple catches, couple of passes. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, they were, you know, trying to find as much rhythm as they could, but the Houston Texans, they really, you know, looked at our offense and looked at our, you know, backfield. I almost called backcourt, but backfield. They looked at our backfield and said, look, we're going to stop your run. We know you guys can, you know, be electric at run. We know that. We're going to try to stop that. That's what the Houston Texans did. They stopped the run, you know, effectively in the first half. You know, even entering into the second half, they were stopping the run. But Jahmyr Gibbs pulled through and kept on fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting and earning each and every single yard, you know, there was for us. Even, you know, David Montgomery did all the fighting too. You know, he's Knuckles. And, you know, he's not going to go down without a fight, you know. So him being him, he's going to do what David Montgomery does. Keep on churning, keep on pushing, keep on, you know, using that strength, that strongness to pull defenders and, you know, help our offensive line push through and get a first down. Offensive line was getting beat too. Penei Sewell, you don't see Penei Sewell getting beat out. You don't ever see that usually, but last night he got beat out. And especially when you're playing right tackle and move it to the left, you're going to get beat out, you know. But then again, we're not going to sit here and, you know, rain down madness on Penei Sewell. You know, I think when you rain down madness on Penei Sewell, it makes Penei Sewell have his head down. Let him have his head up. It's going to be nights like that where you're going to get beat. You're not going to get beat pretty often, but it's going to be nights like that. I'm just proud of us. I'm really proud of us as a collective, as a team, to, you know, have that still will win. You know, have that willingness to say, look, man, shit ain't over until the clock says 0. Shit ain't over until we win this game. Shit ain't over until we say it's over. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't over till the fat lady sing. And the fat lady sung last night for us, man. She sung the loudest note there was. And, you know, Jake Bates hit, you know, a 52-yarder, a 58-yarder in this game. And that's when the fat lady sung, you know. So to all the Texans fans out there, to the Texans media out there that was talking trash before this game, look, you blew a 15-point lead last night. We came back within 10, but you blew a 15-point lead. 23-7, you blew that. Hey, do not, and I mean do not, count us out. We responded very well being down 15. So, hey, don't count us out. Don't think that the Lions won't get spicy hot, because we going to get spicy hot from here on out. Especially with Zadarius Smith playing next Sunday. Dude, it's going to be lights out for this defense. It's going to be, you know, great for Carlton Davis, great for TA. By the way, TA had a great pass deflection to seal the game, 4 tackles and a PBU. That one PBU could have been defensive pass interference. You know, and referees missed so many calls out there in last night's game. Whether if it was the Lions or Texans, they missed a couple calls. They definitely missed a couple calls, especially with the pass interference. Not pass interference, but roughing the passer on Jared Goff. That, you know, crazy ass hit on J-Mo from the back, hitting him hard as hell. That, you know, rushing the passer was definitely a helmet to helmet. The league should have saw that. And look, I look, I'm just here so I won't get fined. So, you know, then again, you know, referees, they didn't call the calls that, you know, could have been there, but they let them play. You know, they let them play and they let them do it. So, huge clutch play from Terrion Arnold, despite he had not turned his back, you know, playing against Hutchinson on that one possession, on the one defensive possession where, you know, he had defensive pass interference in that game. You know what I'm saying? And the game sealing, you know, PBU could have been, you know, defensive pass interference. But But when you look at this team, man, it starts from the top, man. It starts with Brad Holmes. It starts with him. It starts with, you know, Sheila Hamp-Ford. It starts with Dan Campbell. It starts with all these guys from the top of, you know, the circuit, the top of the circuit, the top of the mountain, as you may speak, is that it starts with them. And then when you bring a collective of good guys, you know, great character guys who are all about winning and embodying what this city is about, that's when you have a commodity of champions out there on that field, ready to compete at any given single moment, and just you know, banding together as brothers. You know, this team has a brotherhood, and you know, to see all the fans, I mean, all the fans, you know, go out there and just, you know, kill it, and you know, be there for us, you know. And you guys were loud. You were louder than the Texans, louder than their fan base. And you made NRG Stadium look like as if it was, you know, Ford Field South, you know. But overall, man, it was a great collective game, great, you know, competitive game, great complete game from the defense, great play calling from AG. Ben Johnson had a sloppy play calling offensively in the first half, but needless to say, you know, when, you know, you get down to brass tacks, and you finish, you know, and you get down to you get back to the basics, and, you know, go back to the drawing board and see what you could do and fix it up. And just, you know, do what winning teams do what championship teams do. And, you know, we are a team that has championship pedigree, even though we haven't won a championship in 67 years. But, you know, it feels good to see this team have championship pedigree, you know, and we're going to display that from here on out going forward. But as we look at the schedule, right about now, we have Jacksonville, Indy, Chicago. Hey, listen, when you allow 6 sacks in that game yesterday, you know you're in trouble. Oh, nobody from the offensive line helped this man up off the field when he was on the ground. It's a Patriot that went over there and picked him up and said, hey, pat him on the head and said, hey, good game. But yeah, we'll see you soon on November 28th, Thanksgiving, to be exact. But yeah, we got Green Bay coming to town December 5th. Buffalo Bills, December 15th. That's a 4:25 game, which should be like flexed to a whole 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:20 game. You know, you got Josh Allen coming to town. The Buffalo Bills can be red hot. Hey, hats off to Josh Allen. He's definitely a great community guy. I definitely want to, you know, salute to him. And Keon Coleman, beast. You know, you got to watch out for him and watch some film on how to stop him from getting hot. He's a beast too, and believe it or not, he played at MSU way before he went to Florida State. So hats off to him, and a great character of a player that he is too. Then you go back to Chicago. Then you go on the road again, playing Chicago December 22nd at Soldier Field, which we do own. Yes, we own you. 1 o'clock game. December 30th, San Fran. Yeah, I got some words for you. Listen, last night I went back and forth with a 49ers fan. And this 49ers fan couldn't even spell Lions right. Couldn't even spell it right. And said, this Lions team is supposedly unbeatable. This team is very, very unbeatable. This team can give it to you offense, defense, special teams, all 3 phases of the game. We're 8-1, and we're sitting at the top of the NFC conference, and we're number 1 in our division. And you're 5-4. You're near the 7th, 8th seed. Who the hell are you to talk? You shouldn't even be talking shit right now. You shouldn't even be opening your mouth at this point. If you're 5-4 and playing from behind to beat the Buccaneers, well, you can look at the Lions and obviously say, yeah, you came back 23-7. What do you talk about? Yeah, we came back 23-7, but we didn't allow ourselves to, almost lose to the, Tampa Bay Buccaneers when it really matters most. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by the way, they had a close game with us. That was close. But we didn't allow ourselves to let the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come back and nearly win a game with a miracle catch, from, one of those, Tampa Bay Buccaneers receivers. And I definitely got to give my, hat off and credit to, Baker Mayfield, who to me isn't a journeyman. He is made to be a starting quarterback in this league. That was a hell of a play. To stiff arm and throw the ball, hell of a play. Hell of a play. But like I said to you 49er fans, your team needs to snap out of it before you talk shit. Seriously. Like, legit. You're 5-4. You're competing with like a 7th, 8th seed spot. You shouldn't be talking shit right now. Go look at the conference standings. That's the tail of the tape for you to watch. But with that being said, man, we got to get ready for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 11, great game. They're 2-8. I won't underestimate them. I won't overlook them. Just because you're 2-8 doesn't mean you can't battle back and win. We were in that same position as well. We were in those same spots too when we were 2-8 and trying to battle for a win and have the urge to get important stops and make impactful plays. That's what matters most when you're a 2-8 team. You want to make impactful plays and improve each and every single week, regardless win or lose. You want to look good going to the off season and going into the next season. That's what you want to do relatively. But yeah, we are the Battle Cats. We are some great group of Battle Cats that are scrappy, gritty, fearless, hell of a football team to watch. And I'm just floored with what we got. And I think it's a lot more from where that came from. Zadarius Smith debuts next week, November 17th, Jags, Lions. It doesn't get better than this. Back home, Ford Field, 1 o'clock game. It's going to be nuts, man. So nuts. But with that being said, one pride, let's go get it. Hey, these November and December games can be tough, but we're tougher. We're built for it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm at 255 subscribers. And, this is the Chicken Nugget King 313 podcast. No. The Chicken Nugget King 313 sports podcast show. So, yeah, this is episode 22. Enjoy it, man. This is all for you. It's back for you, for the Lions fans, of all Lions fans, even sports fans around the world. Yeah, make sure you tune in because episode 23 is definitely coming up next Monday. So I'm going to start doing this every Monday. And you have my word, So, like I said, Chicken Nugget King out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that subscribe button. And keep on showing love. Let's go. Lions. One pride, baby.